What if your search and rescue team could cover an entire disaster zone faster than you can say venti caramel latte with oat milk? Forget about one hero drone, we're talking about a dozen BabyBots, zipping around like over-caffeinated ant colonies, mapping hazards, sniffing for gas, and finding survivors while you're still tightening your helmet strap. It's high-tech, it's here, and it's going to change the way we roll out in emergencies. That's coming up next on TiPS, Today in Public Safety.
Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Here's your host, Fletch, with today's tips.
Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety. This is Fletch. I'm a NEMA-certified ENP, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week, I bring you the latest news and information about public safety and next-generation 911 services and solutions. Today, we'll be talking about how swarming robotics, what I call BabyBots, can turn a search and rescue nightmare into an organized, data-rich operation that gets results fast. Picture this. You roll up to a collapsed parking deck. Dust clouds, rebar everywhere, and your one big fancy drone is sitting there sulking outside because GPS can't find its way through all that concrete. Instead, you grab a small case, pop it open, and release a dozen BabyBots. They scatter like high school seniors at prom when the principal walks in. Self-organize, start mapping, sniffing for gas, and listening for trapped survivors. And doing this before you've even taken a sip of that coffee. As for the IC, they've got a heat map with hazard zones and a list of probable survivor locations ready to deploy SAR. So what the heck is a swarm anyway? Well, first of all, a swarm isn't just a bunch of drones. It's actually much cooler. It's coordinated, decentralized teamwork with each bot knowing the rules, spreading out, and avoiding others, and relaying what it finds. It's like an ant colony, except instead of stealing your picnic, they're carrying cameras, thermal sensors, and gas detectors. Here's how it works in a real-world playbook. In Wave 1, mapping scouts with LiDAR and cameras draw a 3D model dynamically. Wave 2 comes in with thermal and audio bots looking for signs of life. Then Wave 3 rolls out the environmental sniffers to detect gases with "Don't breathe this" written all over them. All of that data bounces bot to bot until it hits back at your command van. No GPS, no cell service, no problem. It's all localized. So what is this tech in plain English? Well, number one, it's decentralized coordination. There's no queen bee, just simple rules followed perfectly by each BabyBot. It's GPS-denied navigation. SLAM and visual inertial odometry, how's that for a cool sounding term, let these things map and move, indoors, underground, or even in canyons. Mesh communications acts like a bucket brigade, but instead of water, it's carrying data back to the comm vehicle. Why this is a winner? If you lose one bot, the mission keeps going. You need more coverage? Send in more bots. And if one crashes, you're out a couple $100, not $40K. Yeah, but this is all sci-fi. Not really. The DARPA Subterranean Challenge teams did exactly this in underground, GPS-denied environments. They found mannequin survivors, phones, and gas leaks. And over in Switzerland, the University of Zurich had swarms zipping through unknown spaces at speed, check it out, mapping on the fly. So what about policy and practicalities involved with all of this? Well, first of all, Part 107 pilots, you're going to need waivers for BV loss unless you've got a public COA. Now, first responder carve-outs says that tactical BV loss is allowed in real-life safety events, but only if your paperwork is done ahead of time. How does it fit in with ICS? Well, the swarm lead works under ops. The data gets routed to the situation unit, and there's a safety officer watching for manned aircraft conflicts. Cool, Fletch. My agency is ready to pull the trigger. What's my checklist? Well, here's 5 things for you. Number 1, train indoors with micro UAS before going operational. Number 2, build a mission pack. That's 6 to 12 BabyBots, spares, batteries, and foldable landing pads. Number 3, pre-plan your comms path. Mesh to LTE FirstNet to IC display. Make sure that's worked out. Number 4, be sure to track your metrics. Time to map, coverage percent, detections, and link uptime. And finally, keep your waivers and COA docs ready. Panic is not a paperwork strategy. Let's look at a couple of myths versus reality. Myth number 1.
One big drone is all you need, college boy.
Reality. Parallel coverage beats solo flights every time. Myth.
No GPS means no go, dude. You're grounded.
Reality. Slam laughs at GPS loss. Myth.
This technology is years away, Mr. Wizard.
Reality. The tech is already here. That wraps up today's episode of TiPS, Today in Public Safety. Thanks so much for listening. For more updates and insights, you can follow me on social media at Fletch911, and you can visit 911tips.com for a complete archive of our previous episodes. Stay safe. Thanks so much for listening. And if you're in public safety, thanks for what you do every single day. I'll catch you next time. Take care.
You've been listening to TiPS, Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Hosted by Fletch and available every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on 911tips.com. That's 911tips.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and remember to join us each week for the latest on NG 911. I am Spider Harrison, the official 911 voiceover dude. Catch me on Sirius XM on various channels, including 90s on 9, the 10 spot, and on the Weekend Countdown on Hits 1. Or don't. Regret it for the rest of your life. Either way, I'm good.